Guys, what is going on? It's Pilot Manny here with the RC Plane Addict. I want to welcome you to my channel, a place where I get to share my passion and addiction to flying these beautiful RC planes. So, today I thought I'd do a little Let's Fly with you guys. I love showing off my planes. I love practicing flying and letting you see how I do things. But today we got the Mustang. Yeah, that's the FT or the Flight Test Master Series that I have been finally successful with. I did have a minor wing over on takeoff, but that was my fault. I tried to put the run cam on the wrong side of the plane, and of course, it torque rolled on me and took it into the dirt. Whatever, the plane is fine. So I want to show you what I have. Here we go. All right, here is this beautiful plane. So we got the run cam on the nose and it's centered this time. So hopefully there won't be any adverse, I guess, rockage. And I've definitely dialed it in. One thing I did notice on this plane is that for some reason, she needs a lot of like down trim. And I think that was just because of the way I had put the elevator. So I kind of just readjusted it because I trimmed it all the way down and I still had this like upwards kind of want to climb effect, and it may also have to do with the dihedral. And as you can see here, I kind of crinkled up the wing. I did check the wing to make sure that it still is stiff. It is. I don't think that there's any kind of break in the sparring on the inside. I could be terribly wrong about that, but you know what, there isn't a lot of wing loading on this plane, so I'm not too worried about snapping a wing. Also, this motor, as you can see here, is not exactly the biggest, so I'm not exactly going to be getting a lot of speeds out of it. I'm using a 3000 4-cell and it's about a 30C discharge, and this thing gets actually a lot of time on it. I believe I set my timer to 7 minutes and it's still rocking like 40% left on that battery, so I'm going to try to keep it short today. I don't want you guys getting bored with me flying, but I do want to get some good run cam footage on this plane because it's probably one of the only planes I've flown and I haven't been able to put the run cam on to get some nice, really good, you know, in-flight footage. Unfortunately, as you can see here, it's not exactly the most stellar of days. You got this gray sky, but you know, with the run cam, it's going to be okay because you'll be able to see the plane in flight and hopefully not a dot in the sky using my GoPro. And as you can see here, we got a steady 15-mile-an-hour wind on the weathering station. But I mean, in all honesty, this plane flies great. It doesn't seem to feel it, and if it does feel it, it just deals with it. So all right, let's get this thing up in the air before the wind picks up any more on me. All right, so we got to go ahead and put it together here. The hatch here is kind of getting worked, which is why I put this like Velcro system in, and that seems to work pretty well. And where I put this plane is actually like right there, almost at like the rear bulkhead, and that holds it in place actually really, really well. I had to put an adapter to this XT60, so I'm using a Dean's or a T connector to that. And she seems to work pretty well. Wow, that is gusting. You're gonna get a little crazy crazy wind flight for you guys. I'm excited, slightly nervous. All right, so she did not initialize, so I'm curious what's going on there. Let's see. Probably helps to have the right model, right?
Low rates, throttle cut.
That sounds better. All right, so let's see.
High rates, low rates.
I like to take off in low rates on this plane, to be honest with you. All right, everything seems to look pretty good here. That run cam is almost on CG, so hopefully it shouldn't take it one way or the other too badly. All right, we're in business. So let's say a little prayer to the wind gods. Hopefully we get a good flight here. I gotta be honest, I'm not usually flying in wind like this on camera, but you know what, maybe sometimes I need to. I'm not necessarily afraid to fly in wind, but you know, with wind comes all sorts of other things you got to deal with. Anyways, this thing's a floater. I'm not worried about it. We're gonna give it a go. Control surfaces check out. Everything looks great. Oh, here we go. Throw it into the wind. Throttle feels amazing. All right, here we go. Going up. Wow. All right, so that was that was really precarious, I'm not gonna lie. I almost took it into the fence. I kind of juiced it just to get some air under those wings. Oh man, that was, wow. That was bad. I don't know what happened there. I think that maybe when I took it off, I didn't have enough throttle. I don't know what to say. But you know what? I was either gonna crash it really badly, or I was gonna take it off into this crazy wind. But it's up, it's flying, and as you can see, there is no issue. In fact, I actually have to give it a little down trim just to keep it level. So, man, I'm sorry you guys had to see that. That's, what is pilot riding called that? There's a word for that. It's not persistence, but that was definitely commitment. So in the future, guys, you know, it's a safe space for me right now. I just want you to know that, like, there aren't people around me. So the worst that would have happened in that situation was I was gonna hit the fence. But if you were flying and there were people, wow, look at this, look at all these birds. But if you're flying and there's people around you guys, you know, it's better to lose the plane than to hurt someone, FYI. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, let's bring it down nice and low for you guys so I can kind of get some in-flight shot here for you. So yeah, you saw from the wind station, there is definitely wind here. Look at this, this is beautiful. Look how slow this thing flies. And as you can see, she's just rocking around. There's no problem at all. Except for the takeoff. I don't think I'm gonna do that again. I was also holding it, I think, in like a very weird angle. Because of the run cam, I didn't want to put my hands on the lens. So maybe that had something to do with what happened. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, I hope I'm getting some good footage for you guys. It's not very often you get to see, well, actually it's never you get to see the flight on board. So this is pretty cool. So I do fly this plane mostly scale. Inverted flight is terrible. I have to hold like full down pressure on it. There is some juice to it. Like, let's see if we can go inverted here. Okay, so that's full throttle going up. So she's got plenty of power. Coming down, no throttle. But yeah, she's not the most acrobatic. And you know what? Not for nothing, it's a Mustang. Like, we're not flying 3D here. She just looks pretty in the sky. And I'm just happy that I'm able to fly it. I was a little scared about that takeoff. And thank God I didn't put it into the dirt. But that's the hobby, you know? Like, a lot of people just get really wrapped up with, like, you know, oh my God, like, I'm a terrible pilot. I crashed my plane. Guys, it's okay. Like, I've crashed so many planes and you've seen me do it. It's okay. Just keep at it, you know? Keep those sticks moving. Learn from your mistakes. Look at this plane. This thing is great. I mean, it's such a floater. I don't know how else to explain this plane. You know, I have my Spitfire. You see me flying by Spitfire, and they are constructed the same way. The build materials and the weight is probably identical, except for the giant size motor I have in my Spitfire. But you know, they fly completely different. Battery's the same, so on and so forth. This is just, you know, this is like one of those like lazy Sunday flyers. Like, all right, I'm just gonna go out and fly slow scale, show off my Mustang plane. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a chill plane.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
You know, I'm actually debating, and you may think I'm crazy, but I have, you know, it's winter, well, it's fall. winter is quickly approaching, and I'm thinking about kind of just building myself a fleet of Mustangs. I have the plans. I definitely have dialed in my my build performance. I do need to kind of just straighten out that tail section a little bit. Like the vertical stab, I think could be a little bit straighter up and down and more a turn to center, and that will definitely help with like the aileron adjustment, and same with like the straightening of my horizontal stab. But if I don't get that 3D printer, which is going to be my next big endeavor, and I'm really excited to kind of get into that with you guys, I think I'm gonna kind of build just like a fleet of these things, maybe like 2 or 3 of them, and make them different color schemes. I saw the Dago red, or is it Dago? I don't know how to pronounce it, but E-Flight's got it, and that's a really sweet plane. All right, there's my timer. I'm gonna kind of go around one more time and see if I can put this thing down for you. But yeah, I would love to have that paint scheme, that full red with like just some black trim. That would be really, really cool. Non-military, more like racing style, and just like put a slamming system in there. I get so nervous with like takeoffs on this plane. I don't know why. Well, I guess you've seen why, but whatever. Okay, I'm gonna hold a little throttle just to float it in so it's closer to me. Bleed it off. Take it. Yes, we have success. Even though that takeoff was, I wouldn't consider that takeoff a success. I mean, yes, I took the plane off and it did its thing, but I don't consider that like acceptable in my mind. So, all right, I don't know why this thing is blinking like that. I really hope I got some footage on my run cam. Otherwise, it's just gonna be another dot in the sky. I'll do my best to kind of, it's really weird. Why are you blinking like that? Okay, whatever. All right, so that was a 6-minute flight, a little bit more. It was like 3 seconds over 30 seconds. So 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Let's see how we did on our battery. As you can see, I put like tape on this area here because it just gets beat when landing, and I know like if you come in like rough, it's gonna just rip the whole freaking thing off, which I do my best to just baby it in. All right, come to me, Mr. Battery. Here we go. All right, survey says 57% left on that battery. See, I tell you, like this thing can just fly around forever. Motor's a little warm, but not too bad. Take it. All right, guys, well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed that flight on the Mustang. A little hairy on that takeoff, but you know what? We're good. We got through it. I'm only minorly shaking. I'll be all right. Anyways, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Share with some friends if you want to show them some crazy stuff. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, just so you can see more of my crazy stuff. I am still posting every week on Friday at 1 p.m. So if you want to, just make sure you're around to see that stuff and leave me some comments or suggestions. Let me know how terrible of a pilot I am. I'm good with that too. Peace, guys.